Please get ready for the passage. I am grateful to the chair. I am grateful to all the political parties, and I am grateful to the entire House for facilitating this meaningful discussion. I have raised the question of Sri Lankan Tamils and their problems several times in this House. Once again, I rise to raise this issue. In fact, I initiate this discussion with great amount of anguish and pain. I do not stand here to shed tears for those thousands of Tamil people in Sri Lanka who were massacred. I do not stand here to condole their deaths, but definitely I stand here to demand justice for those thousands of Tamil people who were killed in Sri Lanka. I stand here to demand justice for those Tamil people who are alive even today in Sri Lanka and elsewhere in the world. I stand here to demand an impartial international investigation of the war crimes and the abuse of human rights that took place in Sri Lanka. I also stand here to question the moral responsibility of my own country, our own government, and the role of our government in helping Sri Lankan Tamils get justice and in finding a political solution to their problems. Sir, Sri Lanka is the closest neighbor of our country. Sri Lanka has two nationalities. One is Sinhala nationality and the other is the Tamil nationality. The Sinhala nationality is the major nationality while the Tamil nationality is the minority nationality. What happened to the Tamil nationality is one of the worst tragedies in the history of the world. If the Sinhala nationality had been a minority there, and if they had been subjected to such tragedies, such inhuman treatment, I would certainly have been the first to raise my voice in defense of that community also. It is the question of human rights. It is a question of democracy. It is a question of the rights of a minority community in a particular nation. Sir, Sri Lanka is a democratic socialist republic. They call themselves the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. What happened to the Tamils does not indicate that it is democratic and socialist in its true nature. The Tamils have been there since 1948. They were the backbone of the Sri Lankan economy, the Sri Lankan development. Sri Lanka got independence in 1948. Since then, systematically, the Tamil people have been subjected to torture. They were being decimated. They were deprived of their rights. Sri Lanka has two languages, Sinhalese and Tamil, but the Sri Lankan government passed a legislation which made Sinhalese the only official language. That is how people's sentiments started boiling, and subsequently, the successive governments in Sri Lanka went in for standardization. In the name of standardization, they created obstacles for Tamil people for entering into jobs, for entering into the administrative setup. This went on, and systematically, the rights to the Tamil people were denied and they were subjected to torture. Sir, I now come to the 1999 full-scale war on Tamils. Before that, the August House should understand that the first anti-Tamil pogrom took place in the year 1956. The second pogrom took place in the year 1958. Then there was a pogrom in 1962, in 1977, and in 1983. In all these anti-Tamil pogroms, thousands of Tamil people were killed, thousands of Tamil women were raped, and thousands of Tamil children were left orphan. It is countless. This tragedy went on. This led the Tamil people to fight for their rights. They followed the Gandhian non-violent method of struggle, but the successive Sri Lankan governments systematically denied all the rights, which led to some militant actions and militant activities. Several young groups of youths were started, and LTTE was one of those groups which took to arms. This is not the place where I argue for LTTE. I do not need to argue for LTTE, and I do not subscribe to their idea. That is a separate issue. But the point is that in the name of fighting LTTE, what Sri Lankan government did was a full-scale war on Tamils. This full-scale war took place in the year 1999. It was a full-scale war in the name of fighting militancy. In the month of May 2009, 40,000 people were massacred. You have not seen such a killing, such a massacre in any country in the contemporary history. It never happened in Europe. It never happened in Arab countries. It never happened in Africa or in Latin America. But it happened in our closest neighbor, Sri Lanka. Sir, 89,000 Tamil women are war widows. It is not one or two. People may question my figure, but let them give the figure. There is one independent study which put the figure that 89,000 Sri Lankan Tamil women remained war widows. Thousands of Sri Lankan Tamil children have become orphans. They have lost their limbs, they have lost their legs, and they have been wounded.